Diamonds, they hate what you've become. And what do I mean by that? So I'm really big into like kind of vlogging and documenting and even journaling. That's something, um, I don't know where I kind of got that passion, but it's just something that I've always done. So I have all these different old phones that I've recorded moments of when things have been happening in real time or where I've written things down. And I was actually looking tonight at one of my old phones, and the videos were about 2 years old, a little bit older than that, but like that's around the time frame. And in these videos, I was in distress, like crying, broken. I was going through a lot, and it had a lot to do with the relationship that I was in at the time. And in these videos, like I kept saying like I don't want to be in this anymore, like, but I just felt stuck. I shared with you, Diamonds, that I was in a relationship where I had no financial power. Like I didn't have two pennies to rub together. And as the relationship progressed, we'd been together for a few years at this point. So as the relationship progressed, he had started treating me worse. And yeah, like I was saying in these videos, like I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to be here. But I was stuck. I couldn't make a move. So fast forward to about maybe 6 months after, sorry y'all, I don't know what's going on outside. I don't know if you can hear the sirens, but maybe 6 months after those videos, like the last video that I saw, the relationship had literally like completely deteriorated. What is going on? Okay, so the relationship had completely deteriorated. I can't say that word. But I was sitting here today looking at that, and I realized two things. One, I spoke the freedom that I wanted. I spoke that into life. Like I wanted to be out, and I spoke that into my existence. Fast forward to now, years later, I am out of that relationship. But the woman I was in that relationship and the woman I'm now are two different people. And I'm talking about myself in this situation, but I'm speaking to you. Everything I talk to you, Diamonds, about is either something that I've personally went through. I know someone personally who's been through that, and I'm able to really empathize and sympathize and really like speak from a place of not just, oh, I feel sorry for you. It's like, no, I feel you. But I say all that to say, all that backstory, they hate what you have become. I am no longer that broken, financially desperate, just shell of a woman. I am doing better now than the very person that told me I can't do anything without him. And I know there's a commonality here, and I'm saying this because, I don't know where I heard this or saw this, but the things that you go through, they are your stories, but like it's your testimony, right? But it could be the very thing that speaks life into someone else that needs it, right? Everything you experience, it can be helpful, not just to you, to someone else. And I share a lot on this channel, and I read your comments, and it's really nice when I'm able to read a comment and it's someone who's been there, who's currently there, doesn't know what to do, but they find the strength through me sharing, these wisdom and these insight and these encouragement, and it helps them get to where they need to be, even if it's just like something encouraging to get them through the day. But anyways, Diamond, all of that is to say they hate what you have become. They hate what you have become because it speaks to what they are not. The very person that told me I can't be anything without them, I am now doing better than them. I know this for a fact. And I don't say this in a gloating way, but I say this in a very it's the reality that when people are speaking down on you, it's not because you're beneath them. It's because they want you to be there, right? We all have, the saying, there's life and death in the tongue. So by them speaking that over you, it's almost like them telling you, like, that's what, like they're trying to tell you that's what you'll be. No, that's what they're hoping. So when I was, like I said, in this relationship and this person was telling me I can't do anything without them, I will never be anything, I'll never accomplish anything, that was what he was hoping. Now, fast forward, he is in the same place that he was when this relationship ended, and I have moved beyond him. Diamonds, you are in that same situation. The reason this video even popped up on your feed, on your screen, is because you are literally in that moment. You have become what the very people around you didn't think you were capable of becoming. What they were speaking down about you, what they were saying you were incapable of, you're becoming the very thing they never thought you would be. That's a good thing. I'm proud of you. And I want to continue to give you some encouragement. And I just want you to know that you are literally at the point where it's kind of like, I don't want to say a breaking point, because you're no longer in that breaking, space, that breaking energy, that breaking feeling. But I'm going to say you're at a breathing point. You're at the point now where you're going to be able to breathe and relax, like when I say relax, I mean like rest, not sleep, but rest. I was in a point in my life when it was like, I went through like a year and a half of like just, I could not rest because there was this problem, there was that problem, there was this coming up. There was just so many things going on. And I'm at the point now, like I shared with you, Diamonds, I'm 27. I'm not even 30, and I'm doing better now financially than I never even thought I would be able to do. I don't work that much. I work no more than 20 hours a week. I am in the best shape of my life. I'm in the best mental health of my life. I have, not me per se, but I do have a family history of um, mental health illnesses. I did go through something in my life. I had two very close to me losses. My brother died, and then 4 months later, my mom died. And it definitely took a toll on me mentally. But it didn't stop me, It kind of delayed me a little bit, but didn't stop me. And there's a lot of other things that have happened in my life that was really difficult. And because of that, people never thought I would accomplish anything, Like I said, I have family history of mental illness. When I say that, I mean my mother. My father didn't even graduate high school. I am a first generation American because both my parents were immigrants. I had every odd stacked up against me, like everything. I didn't really have a huge I have a lot of family, but I didn't have a huge support system, if that makes sense. Because you can have family and not have support. I'm sure you can relate to that. But there were so many odds stacked up against me. Even the relationship that I was in, the one that, it's like I thought this guy was the love of my life, but when I got with him, my life ended. Like, when I say that, I mean everything that I was wanting and working towards, it just kind of went to a halt. And I don't say this to place blame on him. Yes, there were some things that were he's at fault for, but I was at the place in my life where I allow that to even come into my life, if that makes sense, right? But that's not what this is about. What this is about is, this is about you, okay? I'm sharing things of my life, opening up, being vulnerable, so you guys understand more about me and kind of who the main character is, why I go so hard about this, because I didn't have anyone to go hard for me. I had to go hard for myself. I had so many things working against me, and I never let that derail me. I didn't even graduate college. I graduated high school, but when I got in, my past relationship, I don't know, maybe I should kind of share more about that. But this isn't what this channel is about. This channel is about the things that you go through, learning from them, and using them to grow. right? Everything that someone who spoke ill on me or word cursed me or wished against me, I use that kind of as a gauging tool to realize, okay, so this person, and I'm just, I'm speaking out loud, and this was my mindset. So this person is saying I can't be anything without them. Oh, so they know I'm going to be something without them. That's why they're trying to speak that over me. They're trying to instill that doubt, that negative concept of myself within me, so that I never try to even do anything. Amongst other things, like I like in the relationship, I gained so much weight. Like it was bad. But one thing that this guy would always say was like, no one's ever gonna want you but me. And like I said, it was a gauging tool. He was realizing, oh my gosh, this girl's a catch. So I'm gonna tell her no one's gonna want her, so she will never try to ever find someone better than me. You guys, the like I'm laughing now because I saw this video somewhere and it was like, the most narcissistic and abusive guys, that's their favorite line is no one's ever gonna want you but me. Comment that down below if you've ever heard that or if that was ever told to you. And it's always funny because it's always the guy that says that, the next person you with like ends up being the love of your life, your husband, like just the man you ride off into the sunset with. And that's exactly what happened to me. Like it's crazy because my I don't know, it's like one of those things where I don't get butterflies because I feel so comfortable, but it's like it's almost surreal the type of relationship I'm in now because of what I've come from, right? And no one even thought someone of this caliber would ever be interested in me because they were viewing me in a completely different mindset, a completely different light, right? They were viewing me in the most broken version of myself. So that's where they thought I would always be. But as the main characters, we don't stay there. We may have moments where we get down, but we don't stay there. And that's where you are. You've had a moment where you were down, but you did not stay there. So I say all of this to say you are at a pivotal point in your life and they do not like what you have become. They don't like the place you've moved into, the friendships you have, the work experience you have. They don't like the relationships you're in. They don't like anything you become because that, like, just the realization that you have progressed past what they thought you can be makes them a liar. And they've always been a liar, right? Like when people tell you you can't be anything without them, or you need them to survive, or you're not smart, or you're not that cute, or you're not that special, baby, that's a lie from the pit of hell. That is literally like, the devil, quote unquote. Like literally people have spirits on them, and you can be on the side of love and light, and you can be the side on just death and darkness. And the people who are on like the energy and the frequency of just hate and nasty and envy, they will speak that over a diamond who has love and light. Don't believe that. Like I said, it's really easy for me to see the progress that I made because I journal and I vlog. And like I say vlog, I don't vlog for like public consumption. I just vlog for myself. Like it's like a video diary. But it's easy for me to see how far I've come because I can pull up an old phone from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and look at the videos and look at where I was and look at how I looked and look at, and look at the situations and things I was talking about, as opposed to now it's like, wow. Like when I was looking at this video, I'm like, oh my gosh, the place that I was living in, it doesn't even, like, it's unfathomable. Well, it is fathomable, but to the people who spoke down on me in that moment, in that era of my life, it is unfathomable for them to see where I am now. Excuse me, I need some water, y'all. I'm gonna take this moment to shout out my website, Main Character Forever. I have a 21-day transformation guide, and this is basically my whole mindset, the things that I use, the prompts that I use, everything that I learned throughout the course of a few years, and I kind of condensed it into just a 21-day worksheet or workbook. And it really helps you to kind of see where you are and help you get where you need to be. I have a diamond details style guide. As you guys know, I love fashion, I love beauty, I love all aesthetics. So I have a complete, comprehensive capsule wardrobe like formula. So there's formulas for the spring, for the summer, for the fall. It goes into detail about different fragrances and different makeup styles, and there's even some shoppable links from Amazon. So if you're not exactly sure what I'm talking about in my, in my guide, you can click the links, and once you do that, then it'll take you to Amazon, and then also not request, it will recommend other items like that. So if you need help with getting your style in order, because that's, I know people are like, oh, don't be so superficial and vain. I don't believe that, because how you look, is how you will feel, right? If your hair is done, even if you can't go out and get your hair done, if all you could do is get a cute ponytail and paint your own nails at home, and just make sure you did an at-home facial. If you can make yourself look better, you will feel better, because you're gonna look at yourself and be like, wow, like I'm that girl. Like, I don't need to deal with this. I don't need to deal with that. So I have my diamond details guide. I also have my I Am Her Affirmations, and this has over 100 affirmations. I use them daily, and I'm actually working on something right now. I can go ahead and talk about it because it's literally all I have to do is hit post. It's going to be coming out in the next upcoming days. It'll be rolling out slowly, but I have some affirmations for you diamonds that you guys can listen into in the morning, at nighttime. I say my affirmations daily. I say them constantly throughout the day, but I realize that's a little bit difficult for someone who is not at the point where, they don't have to work that much. And that's okay, because we don't start there. So I've created a affirmations playlist. Like I said, it will all be rolling out within this week. There'll be a video posted daily with new affirmations. There'll be affirmations about money, affirmations about beauty, affirmations about relationships, all these different things. There's 5 different categories I have, and these are all just audios you can play. And when you wake up, when you go to bed, just when you need some white noise, just whatever the case may be, listen to this daily and allow it to just like seep into your subconscious so that you can emit that. You can emit that and draw that in. I am a firm believer in speaking life into things. Like I said earlier in this video, when I was in a horrible relationship and I literally, financially, I couldn't move. I couldn't budge. I had no money. I don't like to throw the word around abuse, but I was in a financially abusive relationship. In hindsight, it's easy to see it, but in the moment, I didn't know that's what was going on. But anyways, I needed to leave the relationship, but I didn't know what to do. So I was just recording myself, talking about how I need to get out of it. I need to get out of it. 6 months later, y'all, it was rolling. It was rolling. And now here I am, years later, in the best place of my life, doing great financially, doing great health-wise, mentally, emotionally, all these different things. And it all started with just speaking it. So I've created those affirmations for you diamonds, just to help get the ball rolling. And you might not be in a place where you're struggling financially, but you could be struggling in your relationships or struggling in your mindset, whatever the case may be. These videos are for you. And lastly, I have on the website, it is a glow up fast checklist. It's very quick. It's like 3 pages, and it's like kind of a crash course. Like if you can't do the full 21 days, just things aren't, you can't dedicate 21 days to transforming, it's okay. You can do 3 days. You could take 3 days for yourself, babe. I want you to take 3 days. So I have that all available for you. And lastly, I have some new merch coming out. I'm so excited about that. I've been working on it all day. So that will be out on Easter. So this upcoming Sunday. It's like 11 o'clock at night as I'm recording this. So it will be out on Sunday. So the merch will be out on Sunday. And then starting on Sunday, moving forward, I will have those affirmations coming out. It'll be 1 video posted daily. And you guys uh, can listen to those. So yeah, back to the video at hand. I just wanted to plug the website in as I was talking. Let me take another sip of water. Excuse me. And lastly, if you diamonds are interested, because I definitely have seen a lot of interest, I will be doing an advice segment. My plan is to respond to about 3 or 4 emails in one video. So if you have something you want to talk about, you want some advice, guidance, whatever, email me at maincharacterforever1@gmail.com. That email is in the description of this channel. And like I said, I will I will be doing that advice video once a week, and I will be responding to about 4 emails, like four communications in that one video. Excuse me. Okay, now we're done shamelessly plugging the website. So if you guys didn't get the gist of this whole little message, shop the website. And yeah, comment. I checked the website if you are still watching up until this point. My last video, I asked you guys to comment paid and pretty if you guys stayed till the end, and I saw some comments that said paid and pretty, and it made me feel so good. I'm so appreciative. I love you, diamonds. So yeah, like I said, back to the video at hand. Diamonds, they're mad. They're mad because you became everything they thought you could not be, and that is props to you. And another thing, I don't know if this happened to you. I'm sure it did, because we all have this, this channel in common. When you're going through something, it's typically not just one person. Like, have you guys ever heard of like being gang stalked, where like a group of people will come together to try to take you down? Oh my goodness, this message is for someone specific. Wow. Okay, you're going through this. Someone is going through this. Baby, you are being gang stalked. You have been gang stalked, whatever the case may be. But it wasn't just one person who was attempting to word curse you or, work against you or derail you. It was a group of people. And that makes you even more powerful. The fact that you withstood not just one attack, you withstood multiple attacks from a group of people. That makes people even more angry. Like, can you imagine that? Like, obviously you can't imagine that because you're not that pathetic and low vibrational, right? But there was a group of people that came together to try to take you down and derail you, and you didn't fold, you didn't crumble. You rose against them. You rose against, and you became better than what they even thought you were capable of. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, this message is for someone specific. I'm so proud of you. If this is for you, if this message is for you, please comment, "This was meant for me." And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and sound off in the comments exactly what you're going through. And I'd love to give you some encouragement and just hear what you've been through, because it sounds like you've been through a lot. Like, I'm sharing, what I've experienced, and yeah, it was difficult, it was hard, but I was able to get past it. And you already did that too, and I'm proud of you. Okay, Diamond, I love that for you. I love that for you. I have the best community on YouTube. Comment a diamond down below if you have been following and you've been a subscriber from the very beginning. And when I say the very beginning, you guys, it's only been we started in December, and it's April. Yeah, is it April? Yeah, it's April. Time is flying. But yeah, comment that diamond down below if you guys have been following from the very beginning. We have so much more coming out. I have a lot of things planned, a lot of things in store, and I just love you, diamonds. And I just want to give you a big congratulatory pat on your back and just tell you that I'm proud of you, and I love you, diamonds, and I'll talk to you soon.